The 7 lands of Velspar has put their faith in the intercessors, psychic priesthood that is responsible for the purification of the spirit. Where passion flares, they soothe its intent. Those who cannot be soothed, but are cast out, their spirits destroyed by fire. The intercessors are mystics of the highest order, but Velspar's ruling Scalens believe their power has grown too great. Surviving the intercessors' murder plot against her family, Sibylla Ladane rises to power. The Scalens come together under the banner of her grief, bringing the practice of intercession to its brutal, bloody end. Yet this victory brings no peace for Sibylla. In time, she's going to have to face the people of Velspar. They've been forced to live in a psychically alienated world, and a band of rebels led by an escaped intercessor is dead set on her annihilation. Now, those of you who have been around the channel for a while, you have already guessed the number one reason why I wanted to read this book, what roused my interest. That's the element of religious conflict. I love religion. I love studying religion. I love learning about religion. I love talking about different religions with people. Included with all of that, any type of fictional representation of religion, whether it be a new religion, whether it is based on one that we practice in our world, I just love it. I am fascinated with what people believe, why they believe it, and what happens when adversity strikes, which is what happens here in the Way of Unity. People have this belief system and it's in place, and they think these intercessors are holy ones, and then a group of people is like, you know what, we think they've overstepped and we're going to get rid of them. And they do, but they didn't really think it through, because what's left when you create a void, a vacuum, people start to put their belief elsewhere, and if there's nowhere else to put it that's strong enough to carry it, what do? They revert. And then of course you have people who refuse to give up their religion anyway. And then those who overthrew the intercessors, well, they have to live with what they did, because it's never easy. You end up doing a lot of the things that you abhor to get rid of this religion, wipe it out. It's just, I loved it, absolutely loved it. That's not all I love. Sarah K. Balstrup's writing style was beautiful. It's one of those styles that I say they can write a whole lot with few words. They're very smart and clever with their word choices, so you don't have a 30-page description. It's just a paragraph, but it is so freaking beautiful. It's so well done that you just read it and reread it. I read this book super slow because I didn't want to miss anything. I couldn't even wait to get to the end before I was rereading. I reread paragraphs. Sometimes it was just a few pages. Sometimes it was chapters. I really enjoyed the vivid imagery that the author was able to just paint in my mind like a canvas. It was a fantastic reading experience. The Way of Unity does have multiple points of view, and the points of view changes depending on which section you're in. Part 1 mostly consists of Sibylla. We do get a couple of random POVs in there that's really interesting. When you're reading the Scalens side, you're getting the story from their point of view, their perspective, how they view things, and you're thinking, yeah, these intercessors are a problem. Then the author sneaks in a point of view from an intercessor, and you're going, well, now wait a minute. She may have some violent tendencies on how she does things, but she's helping people. And then you're just like going, well, now wait a minute. Who's in the right here? Or is it nobody? I just love that. I loved that mystery of trying to figure out who I sided with, and I just flip-flopped through the whole dang thing. I still don't know. I can't wait for the second book in the series. I didn't really have a favorite character. I loved how Sibylla was written. I didn't love her, but I loved what she went through and seeing what she did and bearing the consequences of her actions and what that did to her over time. I found that fascinating. I really liked the points of view of brother and sister Ambrose and Zohar. I love them. I absolutely love them. I love their relationship together as siblings. I can't really talk about them without getting into spoilers, but needless to say, I really enjoyed the character growth and development throughout this novel. Velspar is made up of 7 lands, and there are different times and things that happen that cause traveling amongst these 7 lands, so as a result, the author takes us on a tour of this world. I did enjoy the world building. It wasn't overdone. It wasn't on some big grand scale or anything like that, but it was just enough to satisfy me as far as like the world building and atmosphere part of the book. I think anyone who enjoys dark fantasy would enjoy this book. People who love reading about different types of religion and how that wears on people when they're put in times of trouble, when their beliefs are shaken or eradicated, what happens. If you like books that are in the metaphysical genre or even horror, I think you would really enjoy this book. If you're like me and you read The Way of Unity and you love it, the good news is the author absolutely plans to write further books in this world. There is going to be a sequel to The Way of Unity. It can be read as a standalone. It was written as a standalone, and then the author was like, you know what? I'm not done with this yet. I think I have something else I want to add. Thank you all so much for being here today to watch my stop on the Escapist Book Company's book tour for The Way of Unity by Sarah K. Balstrup. In the description box down below, I will link Sarah's website so that you can read more about her and her religious studies, the degrees that she holds. You'll also see that this book was chosen as a finalist for the Killer Claymore Nashville Award for Best Sci-Fi Fantasy. So it's got some fans already, and I hope you're going to be one of them. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.